from John Wren Stadium. It is time for some quarterfinal action. It is Perry going up against Chandler here in the second round of the AIA State Championship playoffs. The Pumas, the number 2 seed, coming against the Chandler Wolves tonight. I say tonight's actually a very kind of warm Saturday afternoon game. The third time in a row the Pumas have found themselves in this game. Might actually be fourth or fifth. The Pumas always do well in this kind of setup. Like I said, it is Perry versus Chandler here on PS4 from John Wren Stadium. Shaping up to be a great game, an exact replica from last year's game. The game that went into overtime, which finished in a 2-1 win for the Pumas. As you see in the middle of your screen right now, the Pumas taking their little huddle, trying to psych themselves up for today's game. Some game notes you need to know before we get started in this one. The Pumas are battered, absolutely battered. They're missing a lot of their key pieces coming to this game. Brenna Alderson, who leads the team in scoring, is out probably for the rest of the year with a knee injury. Amanda Dahl, who was the team's best offensive player and probably still is, who's been battling injuries herself all this year, is not going to be playing. She's on her official visit at Portland State. And Remy Deutsch, the second leading goal scorer for this team, had the flu yesterday. She showed up today. It's going to be interesting to see if she's able to battle off those flu-like symptoms that she's been having to battle here in the last couple days. And we are just moments away from getting set here. The last time these seniors will ever play at John Wren Stadium. The semifinals and finals are neutral site games. Pumas take the field, and we are just moments away from getting started here on PS4. The number 2 seeded Perry Pumas. We talked to John Roberts coming into this game, and he's very excited. He's amped up for this team. And we are getting ready to go. Perry will start with the ball. That's number 25, Trinity Kaufman for the Pumas. Referees getting the okays from both their goalkeepers, and we are underway. And Kaufman's going to play a ball looking for McKella Reed. And Walter now gives it to Ushiro. Ushiro's pass just misses the mark. And Chandler coming to this game, obviously as the underdog, want to take their time and keep as much possession as they're able to get. But there's a turnover. There's Remy Deutsch, and the Pumas already on the attack. Here in the first couple minutes, the pass just past Jackie Gilbert. And the Chandler keeper is going to be able to collect pretty easily already within the first minute here. The Pumas on the attack. Here tonight on a all-student run broadcast here on this Saturday afternoon. This ball, searching ball played in. Emma Ritchie's going to deal with that, and she's going to, if in doubt, kick it out. But it goes out for a corner, and Chandler has their first opportunity of the afternoon. Cameron Fisher, one of the best players on this Chandler team, is going to be the one swinging in the corner. Chandler's first corner. Fisher swings it into the near post. That flies over everybody's head. Chandler keep it in play. It's a loose ball in the box. Still loose, and now it's with Shaylin Ushiro. Falls right to Jackie Gilbert. Let's see if the Pumas can counter. Gilbert wanted to find a pass. Shields off. A teammate. McKella Reed's open on the near side. Kaufman just can't get the ball to her. But the Pumas win a throw. The throw was just over the opposite shoulder of Remy Deutsch. It's going to fall out for a... It is going to be a Perry throw. Just 2 minutes in here. 0-0 our score here in the first half. Logan Van Dyne, the senior captain, is going to run over and take the throw. This quarterfinal matchup has always yielded excellent games as the Pumas win a throw, not a corner, right next to the flag. Van Dyne will probably get this near the 6-yard box, and she does. It's going to be headed away by a Chandler player. It's going to take a bounce. Sandstadt gets a head onto it for the Pumas, and it's cleared. Ball's going to fall, looks like, to possibly Fisher of Chandler, but Wolves are just going to take their time and get it clear, not give the Pumas a chance at a shot on goal. Now here come the Wolves. Like I said, the game last year went into overtime. The Pumas scored very early in the first half. At the 9-minute mark, Logan Van Dyne, as Sandstad takes a little slip and a fall, but recovers to feed the ball into Annie Wolter. Van Dyne scored straight off of a corner last year, but just with a couple minutes left to go in the first half, the Pumas conceded a counterattack goal to the Wolves. It stayed 1-1 up until the second overtime period, the one right before penalty kicks, and that's when the Pumas scored. Kelly Canistre, a senior on that team last year, scored with just a few minutes left to go. "36 minutes left to go," just 4 minutes played. Still in the very early stages of this one here as Delaney Ushiro is going to knock it up forward for Trinity Kaufman. Kaufman couldn't get really foot on it, and the Wolves will play it back to their keeper. The last game we saw these Pumas playing was against Xavier just a couple weeks ago, a 3-0 win over the now number 1 seeded Gators. Pumas enter the playoffs in as the number 2 seed. Chandler won their game in penalty kicks on Tuesday night. The Pumas played the number 15 seeded Corona del Sol and won handily 3-0. Had over 30 shots on target in that game and still somehow only won 3-0. It's quite a goalkeeping performance to have 30 shots against you and be able to save 27 of them. Kaufman won the initial flick on for her team, but couldn't do much with it. It falls to, looks like Shaylin Ushiro. Ushiro's just going to play it back to Sandstadt. Sandstadt might play it back to Amon. She'll cut it off. She'll play to Richie. Richie with a little bit of a mistouch. Nothing's going to come out of it, though. There's no one back there. And now Richie is going to be forced to clear, and it's going to fall to the Wolves. Here comes Chandler. Shaylin Ushiro rushes and gets a tackle. Kaufman was trying to play, it looked like to Reed, but it fell right to Remy Deutsch. Kaufman's going to pick up the loose ball here on the far side, play it into Jackie Gilbert. Gilbert was not expecting that kind of ball, and it's going to go out for a Chandler goal kick as the Pumas look like they're going to be ready to make their first sub of the afternoon. Looks like it's going to be number 8, Joey Lujan, is going to come on here in a few moments for the Pumas. 6 minutes played, 0-0 our score. Still waiting on our first shot on goal. First shot, actually, for either team up to this point. Gilbert's going to corral that before it goes out. We got a whistle called. And it was a foul on Perry behind the play, behind the action of the ball. So I didn't see it, but it goes out for, it's a foul called on Perry, so it's going to be Chandler's free kick. Just on their half of the field. As there you see it. She swings it in with her right to the edge of the area. It's won initially by Richie. Richie couldn't find the ball. But it's going to fall to Gilbert. Gilbert's going to play a long ball in for McKellar Reed, and she's got some opportunity to find some space if she can keep it in, and she does. She takes it past her mark down the byline, but it's going to go out for a throw. Excuse me, down the touchline. And that's something in last year's game that the Pumas really focused on, was playing it wide, letting their their wings get past, their left and right backs of Chandler. We'll see if they have that same strategy going into today's game. Coach Roberts, when we talked about the biggest differences from last year's game into this year's game, they said was simply the experience. A lot of these players were juniors last year, playing in their first kind of emotional type of setting, getting a lot of minutes, as Trinity Kaufman's going to come out in favor for Joey Lujan. Kaufman's a little bit frustrated with herself. Is going to go out for a Chandler throw. So Chandler doing a good job so far, keeping the Pumas contained as we are approaching the first 8 minutes of the game. Amon is going to keep this herself on this very senior-laden Puma team. We're going to have a whistle called. Ref is going to call a foul on the Wolves. And we are going to have a sub. They're going to stop the clock at 31:34. And the official is going to go talk to a Chandler coach. And there's a yellow card dished out already. Wow. So already 9 minutes into the game, the Chandler head coach, Coach Paulson, I assume, was dished out a yellow. You have to ask yourself, why are you getting... As we were told from the scores people in the other room that one of the Chandler players had an earring in. You're obviously not allowed to have any jewelry while you're playing, so the coach got a yellow for that, allowing his player to come in with jewelry, so the player had to be subbed off quickly. Lujan flipped it in. Looked like she was looking for Reed on the far side, just couldn't get the ball to her. Yushiro's going to intercept this, and it falls right back to Lujan. Lujan's going to play it back looking for Van Dyne, but Chandler intercept and now have a chance to go on the counter. Lizarraga was looking for a 1-2, just the ball was behind her. Lujan wins the flick on. It's going to fall to Gilbert. Gilbert's going to outstrength her opponent. Now here come the Pumas. Gilbert in the box. Cuts it back. Her shot on is blocked. Yushiro's going to wind up a left-footed shot. That gets blocked as well. So the first kind of opportunities in the game for either side. Perry rattle two shots off. Both of them get blocked. Gilbert flicks it up and chests it down. He's going to play a ball into the area for Deutsch, and everyone's just going to let this go over their heads for a goal kick. .30 minutes left to go. 0-0 our score. Ball played in for Lizarraga up at the top. It falls through, and now the ball's with Reed. Reed just could not get the ball past the outstretched foot of the Chandler player, but Perry get the ball back and give it right back to Chandler. Emma Ritchie now heads it forward. It's going to fall for Van Dyne. Logan Van Dyne is going to play it into Reed. On a little 1-2, she's going to get it back near the byline. Is she going to have... Nope, she can't have enough time to swing it in, across, and it goes out. So the Pumas right now looks like they're just missing that one final pass in the area. Goal kick swung in. It's going to go over Yushiro's head. Yushiro is going to try and keep it in. It kind of hit off everybody's foot. Who do we got? It's going to be Perry's ball. It's going to be another Perry throw. Chandler in that kind of mindset If it gets anywhere near their defense, the defense are just swinging and kicking it as far as they can, the opposite direction. This is the third parry throw in about, it feels like 3 seconds. Ball's in there for Lujan. Lujan gets it taken away. And there you go. Chandler will clear. Shiro's looking for a pass here on the far side. She's going to give it to Lujan. Lujan let it bounce over her head. And Chandler going to bring it down. But Lujan gets it back. Nope. We're going to have a little pushing and shoving call against Chandler. Or excuse me, against Paris. It's going to be Chandler's free kick. Not a ton going on in this first half. The Pumas went the first half of the first half against Corona without scoring a goal. Like I said, there was over 30 shots in that game, and they only put 3 in the back of the net. Little dangerous ball played into Chandler. They do a good job dealing with it. Now, ball played in off of Annie Walters' heel. That could have been an opportunity. There is a woman running free down the near side. Reed has the ball in some space. She has Gilbert in behind. If she plays her, she gets it through the legs of the little nutmeg, and unintentionally. Reed's going to line up a shot. It gets blocked. Yushiro thought about a left-footed strike. Now swings it in with the right, and it's saved just over the bar. Great shot by Shaylin Yushiro. As you see here on the replay. So we were going to see on the replay. Yushiro's shot just gets saved by the Chandler keeper. It's going to be a corner here for the Pumas. Going to play it short. And it's going to be offside. Yushiro was going to play Reed in on a little 1-2. "25 minutes just about going. 15 minutes played here in this first half. Perry definitely threatening now. McKellar Reed for the Pumas gets it taken away. It's going to fall to Sandstad. Sandstad looking for .25-30 left to play. And just a reminder for those folks at home, no added time in the high school game as Trinity Kaufman is going to re-enter the game. She's going to come in for Jackie Gilbert. Yushiro plays up top for Deutsch. Deutsch turns to her left and gives it to Kaufman, who just entered the game. She's going to play it over the top for Reed, but the Chandler keeper is going to get there on a little bit of a bobble, but she'll get there and collect easy. Yushiro is going to play to Walter as we're working hard to get a third camera situated. 24 minutes left to go. Chandler throw. The ball is going to be knocked forward. It's going to fall straight to Annie Walter. Ball swung forward. Delaney Yushiro now for the Pumas. It's going to play Kaufman. Kaufman down the far side, spins it back. It's going to play across the middle for Deutsch. Remy's got it. Gives it to Shaylin Yushiro. Yushiro has all the space in the world, can pick out any pass, and does so on the near side to Walter. Now she's going to play inside to Reed. There's going to be a offsides call. McCullough Reed was offside. So the Wolves will get it back. Ball sent forward 1-4 by Yushiro. And then a fall to Lujan. Lujan a swing and a miss on the header. Goes up with a high boot. That's kind of dangerous. Yeah, and the referee called it. Lujan went up high with her foot. The ball played forward. There's some pushing and shoving going on for the ball. 22 minutes left to go. Fans on both sides not happy. They all want the calls. The ball's going to be played over the top for Cameron Fisher, but it's won by Yushiro. She heads it back to Amon, and Amon will collect with ease. So we are approaching halfway through this first half. All the offenses come from the Pumas, but they have not yet made Chandler's keeper work. All the shots have been blocked. Reed now here on the near side takes it down the wing. It's going to be deflected and then cleared. It's going to fall right to Van Dyne, who trying to play Walter. Walter wasn't expecting the pass back there, and it's going to go Chandler's way. Sandstad's going to give to Walter. Walter is going to Richie. Richie has to clear with a lot of pressure on her, but she does. Little nice step over move. Both players go down. Referee was going to call a whistle and then now does after the fact, after Chandler got the ball back. It's going to be a free kick for Chandler. Remy Deutsch came out in favor of the sophomore Natalie Duffy. Kendall Hill, the sophomore, is going to be on the free kick here for Chandler. Hill taking her time, waiting till the referee gives her the go-ahead. She's going to play. It's going to go straight out. Amon will take her time setting up the goal kick. 19:45 left to go. Amon plays it forward just past a Chandler play. Yushiro is going to find Duffy here on the near side. Duffy picks her head up looking for a pass. Wanted to give it to Reed, but it's going to fall almost to Kaufman. Kaufman uses her strength. She wins it back for the Pumas. She has all the time. She plays Duffy here on the near side. Nat Duffy gives to Reed. McKellar Reed might be thinking about a shot. Swishes inside with her left foot. Gets blocked again. Chandler now gives Yushiro a shot, and Yushiro goes straight over. As here you see on the replay, Reed with her left foot just get blocked. That's the kind of game Chandler's been playing so far. They kind of bend but don't break. Annie Walter wins the head-on, and so does Van Dyne. Now Nat brings it down with her thigh. Ooh, little shoulder-to-shoulder action right there. Sandstad clears, though, for Perry. It's going to fall right back to Chandler. 18:30 left to play. It'll be a big victory for Chandler mentally if they can get into the break 0-0 or even 1-1. But they have not created anything offensively to this point, and they're trying to start two right now, but Lujan nips that chance in the bud. Shaylin Yushiro now gives to Van Dyne. Van Dyne plays for Kaufman. Kaufman just a little too strong of a touch there, and Chandler take it away. Pumas have been winning the game in all facets, except obviously they score more possession, had more time on the ball, more shots. They're just missing the goal to put them ahead. Annie Walter now with 17:30 left to play. Gives it to Duffy. Duffy plays for Yushiro. Yushiro gets a ball into the area for Kaufman. Kaufman almost threw a little bit of an elbow in there at the end of that play. Delaney Yushiro gets past one, swings in a right-footed ball. Might have been a shot, just trying to make something happen, and the keeper collects. No problem, 17:10 left to go. The last 2 years in a row, these games have gone into extra time. The first of which, a couple seasons ago against Desert Mountain, the Pumas lost in penalties. And then last year was a 2-1 win in overtime against these same Chandler Wolves. Both players go down. No foul call. It's going to be a goal kick. Both players kind of jostling for possession. Two Puma players getting ready to come back into the game. That's Jackie Gilbert and Remy Deutsch. And Pumas win the ball back off the free kick. And they're going to have another throw in here after Yushiro's pass hits off of, looks like number 22, Roman. We're going to have a whistle. Walter got a little bit too far forward for the ref, trying to get it. I mean, that's a soccer thing right there, trying to get as much of an advantage you can in every single thing. Even something as menial as a throw-in. Good little move from the Chandler players there. Yushiro comes swinging in with her foot and hits the shin of Mackenzie McCauley, the sophomore. Going for the ball and got the shin pad instead. Emma Ritchie with a strong header forward to Kaufman. Kaufman plays it off her knee. She's going to be able to bully her way past almost everybody. Now here comes Kaufman. Trinity Kaufman's going to be playing for Reed, just too far for her to reach. Yushiro lifts it straight up. It's going to be a race between the keeper and Reed. The keeper backs off. And it's going to be cleared by Chandler for a parry throw here in an attacking situation with 14:50 left to go. Jackie Gilbert, a trio of subs actually. Jackie Gilbert, Remy Deutsch, and Anissa Montoya all come into the game for the Pumas. Replacing Kaufman, Reed, and Lujan. The ball swung and it falls right to Montoya. Montoya couldn't do anything with it. Van Dyne swings in with her right. It's cleared momentarily. Montoya brings it down. Shot on, head on. Ball pinballing around. And it is Chandler's keeper who comes out with the ball in the end. Relieving Chandler's defense for the time being. Nat Duffy couldn't quite get the ball kind of fought for on both sides as Coach Roberts gestures to the bench. The Pumas are going to bring on a sub here in a few moments. looks like number 13, Zekman, a freshman, who they're going to be bringing into this game. Chandler have themselves a free kick. Coach Roberts is talking to the linesman on the near side. The ball swung in from just in front of the Perry bench, cleared by Van Dyne. Nat Duffy now plays inside for Deutsch, just too far in front of her. And they go out for a Perry throw here on the near side. And we're going to have a sub. So Zekman is going to come in favor of Nat Duffy. So Duffy will get a little bit of a break. Sandstadt boots it forward for Gilbert. Gilbert chests it down. It falls to Deutsch. Deutsch and Gilbert hit into each other. There's Zekman straight into the game, and her shot goes wide. Just past the near post. As you see Zekman straight into the game, just wide with her shot. That's kind of the attitude you like to see from a player coming straight into the game. Very aggressive right from the off. Just trying to make Chandler make a play, work the keeper a little bit. That's one of the first shot that the keeper actually had to be worried about. There's probably going to be a foul call. No foul call. They're saying Yushiro got the ball. Pumas win the throw. Zekman flicks it up. Yushiro's going to head it to Walter over her head. It's going to go out for another throw. 11:45 left to go here in the first half. 0-0 the score. Chandler still looking for their first shot. Sandstadt clears with her header. It's going to fall to Zekman. Zekman misplaced the bounce. Got it right in the face. Chandler's throw. Corral goes it on the near side. Bounces over everybody. Sandstadt will punt it forward. It's going to go out for another Chandler throw. Walter will boot it forward. Gilbert was trying to see if maybe the Chandler player would misjudge. It's going to be a Perry throw, though, here with just under 11 minutes left to go. Joey Lujan and McKellar Reed check back in for Montoya and Gilbert. That's a good move there from the Chandler player. We're going to have a foul call. It's going to be against Perry, against Sandstadt. Kendall Hill now for the Wolves with under 10 minutes left to play here in the first half. Ritchie clears forward with the header. And we have a whistle called, and it's going to go against Chandler. It's going to be Perry's free kick. There you go, Ritchie. That ball was moving. Nobody noticed, though. You're not supposed to take a free kick if the ball is still rolling. McKellar Reed for the Pumas. Picks her head up. Has Lujan down the near side. Just couldn't get it to her. It's deflected and goes out for a Perry throw. McKellar Reed now for the Pumas. Keeps the ball on the near side near the touchline. Zekman thought about a ball into the middle. Was deflected out. 8:50 left to go. Remember, no added time, no stoppage time in high school. As soon as the clock hits triple zeros, that's all she wrote. Van Dyne will be throwing the ball into the box. This is where you like to have those stronger players like Kaufman and Gilbert. Annie Walter with a left-footed shot is way wide. And it'll be a Chandler goal kick with 8:30 And Chandler's going to be making a sub on the far side. Whitney and Foster, the senior, checks back into the game. Yushiro goes down, and they're going to call an offensive foul, so the Pumas get the ball right back. Sandstad misplaces the pass, and you could see on her face she was not happy with that. She gives the ball right back to the Wolves. We're going to have another foul called Yushiro. That's the second foul called against her. She kicks the ball away, and Yushiro gets a little talking to from the ref. Tells her, yeah, don't do that again. 7:34 left to play. Like I mentioned before, this will be a big win for Chandler if they can get into the half 0-0, kind of deflate Perry's spirits a little bit. You know, the longer you leave an underdog in the game, the more of a chance you give another team. Sooner or later, they're going to take advantage. They play the free kick short. Deutsch is coming in to defend, just can't get in front of the pass. And it's still with Chandler. They're going to play to the near side. There's nothing doing there. Richie shields her woman off, and is going to go for a goal kick for Perry with 7 minutes left to play. The Pumas beat Chandler earlier in the season by a score of 3-1. It's just one of those things, though, when the playoffs start, you can pretty much throw everything that happened in the regular season out the window. They always find a way to make these games close. Very highly lofted throw and is intercepted by the Pumas, but the Wolves get it right back. And here's Hill for the Wolves. She's going to play it back. And it's going to go out for a Perry throw with 6 minutes even left to play here in the first half. Zekman, who'd that go out on? Went out on the Wolves, so it's going to be Perry's throw again. Here's Lujan. Lujan has some space to make something happen. She's going to try and play Deutsch. That's way behind her. It's going to go out for another Chandler throw. The Pumas are just missing that last pass into the area. They've been owning the game in the midfield, owning the game in their defensive third, just in the attacking third. Can't get the ball into the right spot at the right time. Just their passes have been a little bit behind where they needed to be. We have a whistle. It looks like maybe a foul. Yeah, it's going to be a foul on Chandler. So Emma Ritchie's going to take the free kick here with 5 minutes left to go. Seven Puma players in the area. She swings and it's deep. It might go almost in, just past the post. As there you see, just past everyone. It looked like maybe Annie Walter was in there. Just a little swing and miss on the header as you saw on the replay. Chandler escapes, though, for the time being, and with 4:40 left to go, it's still 0-0. McKellarine makes one girl miss. Now, what can she do from here at the edge of the area? Gets past another, but Chandler are able to corral the ball and maybe clear it out. They didn't at all, and it's going to be a Perry throw. Logan Van Dyne is going to run over for the throw-in. The Pumas are going to make a couple subs, though, first. Trinity Kaufman and Jackie Gilbert are going to come into the game for, it looks like, Lujan and Zekman. 4:10 remaining left in the first half. Van Dyne into the edge of the 6-yard area. It's going to be cleared by Chandler for the time being. Van Dyne, kind of an awkward right-footed ball, but she got it in. And Chandler, yet again, are able to dismiss of that chance and realign themselves defensively. Richie's pass hits off a Chandler player. Now here come the Wolves on the counter. Here on the near side, this is their first sort of promise offensively. They're going to swing. I thought they were going to swing it across. Now Do It's cleared by Yushiro, and that's the first time the defensive back line has been forced to make any work. Remy Deutsch drops a player, and she's still got the ball here on the near side. The pass gets deflected. .310 left to go. So far, that's been the highlight of the first half. Throw in kind of low for Yushiro to control. That goes off her and straight out 255. Yushiro boots it forward for Reed. Reed won the initial touch. She still got it. Now plays it back for Gilbert. Gilbert chips it into Deutsch. Deutsch brings it down with her right foot. Now chips over for Reed. Some good passing from the Pumas here on this attack. Reed swings in the right-footed ball. Nobody home, though. And Chandler, for the time being, gets to clear. Gilbert lifts it with her right foot. It's going to be a battle between the keeper. Keeper drops it and pushes it out. And we're going to have a foul called on Trinity Kaufman. Saying getting into the keeper's way, kind of pushing and shoving the keeper. And Chandler will get the ball right back. Ball in the middle of the field. It's won by Deutsch. Now Annie Walter is going to have a chance. She boots it forward, kind of mishit it. She was looking for Kaufman. 1:43 left to go here in the first half. Chandler looking for their first shot, while Perry look likely to score their first goal. They just haven't been able to make the keeper work a whole lot. Under 90 seconds now left to play. Walter finds Yushiro off the throw. Yushiro's pass inside is intercepted and cleared. And now Chandler with a little opportunity here. It's 1-on-4 on the attack. And she's going to dribble the ball straight out of play, trying to make something happen. Pumas have around 65 seconds left to go here in the first half to score a goal. Yushiro plays down the line. Nobody home. Reed looking for Gilbert. Nothing doing there. Now it falls to Yushiro. Delaney Yushiro. Gives it inside. Looking for Gilbert. It's cleared. 44 seconds and counting. Pumas strike. Trying to strike before the buzzer. No foul called from the official. 35 seconds left to go. Ritchie is going to boot it forward for Gilbert. Gilbert brings it down with her right to Deutsch. Remy Deutsch. Not too much time left, about 25 seconds. Coach Joe Paulson on the other side trying to urge his team forward. That ball is going to go all the way to Perry's byline, and that will probably do it for this first half. 13 seconds and counting. Don't think Perry will have enough time to get the ball on the other side of the field. Yeah, 6 seconds, 5. This is going to do it for the first half. The Chandler Wolves survive one half without conceding a goal. They don't score one. But the biggest accomplishment for them is getting into halftime level at 0-0. This game could go anybody's way, and we are going to take a short break for now. Again, our score at the half, 0-0. Perry and Chandler going against each other here in the quarterfinal. We will join you on the other side of this break. Our score for now, though, is 0-0. Hello and welcome back to John Wren Stadium. We are getting set here for the second half of action here between Perry and Chandler. 0-0 was our halftime score. Both teams are on the field now, and we're getting set for our second half of action. So we are just moments away from kickoff. Perry got the ball to start the game, so it'll be Chandler's ball. And we are underway here in the second half. 0-0 the score. Delaney Ushiro here on the near side finds Gilbert in acres of space. And now here come the Pumas straight off the second half kickoff. Chandler taking their time now. They boot it forward. Now here come the Pumas straight off. Have a chance. Kaufman thought Deutsch was on her right side. She was behind her. She had Reed right in front of her. Did not see her. Pumas missed opportunity there for a goal, I think. Already 1 minute played here. Richie lifts the ball. We got a whistle call. It's going to go against the Pumas. It's going to be Chandler's free kick. Ball's cleared. Right off the free kick. Falls right to Chandler. Now it's with Remy Deutsch. Deutsch. That's going to go out. Who's it out on? It's going to go Perry's direction. Perry's ball. 38. 10 left to go here in the second half. Gilbert trying to flick it over her defender. Still has the ball at her feet. Kaufman gets out of her way. It's a foul on Chandler, but the ref plays the advantage. And it's going to go out of play. It's going to be a Chandler goal kick. Excuse me, Chandler throw. .37:45 left to play here in the second half of action. Kaufman now for Perry. Plays it inside. It's booted clear. Sandstad plays to Ushiro. Ushiro to Deutsch. Deutsch got that crucial assist, kind of the stat nobody remembers, kind of the Mario Götze effect in the last World Cup. Everyone remembers that Götze scored the winning goal to beat Brazil, not Brazil, excuse me, to beat Argentina in Brazil in that 2014 World Cup. Not many people remember who assisted that goal score. Kind of the same thing with Remy Deutsch. Deutsch assisted Kelly Canistra in that won Perry this game last year. Chandler now on the offensive. Good little foot there. Good tackle from Van Dyne. Van Dyne looking for the 1-2. Didn't get it, though. The 1-2, the give and go, more commonly known. Ball played for Remy Deutsch. Deutsch won the flick on. Now struggling for the ball. Takes her player down to the ground, and it's going to be a free kick. Chandler, and we're going to have a whistle called. And we're going to have a yellow card for Trinity Kaufman. So Kaufman's going to come out for a quick second. And she's going to get replaced for Joey Lujan. You know, Trinity Kaufman, one of those players, not going to take a lot of stuff lightly. Plays football in the fall. Gonna have a whistle called. Van Dyne went into the back of the Chandler player. Now, Perry's starting to play a little bit more physically. Coach Roberts and both the Mescal brothers not happy on the Perry sideline with either of those two calls. They're talking to the official. Kendall Hill on the free kick for Chandler. She swings it in with the right foot. And it's going to go almost out. Did she keep it in? No, she did not. It's going to be a goal kick for Perry. So we are approaching the 5-minute mark here, played in the second half. 35-35 left to play. 0-0 the score. Emma Ritchie's going to come take the goal kick for Amon. Yushiro gives to Gilbert. Gilbert over the top. Ball falls to Reed. Reed swinging a miss on the pass into look like Deutsch. And it's going to be Perry's throw, looks like. So Van Dyne or Walter will jog on over to come take the throw. And it's going to be Walter. Reed just can't keep it in play. It's going to go out. And that Perry opportunity is burned pretty quickly. Ball knocked forward. They're looking for Cameron Fisher. Just falls to Yushiro, but the Wolves get it back. Pass intended for Fisher on the far side. Goes out of play, though. Excuse me, that's Corral for Chandler. It's going to be another Perry throw. 0-0 our score. Chandler player goes down. They're going to get the foul called. Coach Paulson wants a yellow. Referee not giving it. .33-30 left to play here in the second half. The Pumas always find a way to make these games probably a lot closer than they have to be. Swing and a miss on the header from Reed, and she goes down, and she's going to get the foul called. It's going to go Perry's way. That was part of her plan. Missed the first one, get the foul call in the second one. Ritchie swings across the free kick. It's won by the Wolves, but then won straight away by the Pumas. Now here's Gilbert. Gilbert has some space, but is quickly closed down. It's going to be a Perry throw. Here's Yushiro. Yushiro chested down, swings in a left-footed ball to nobody in particular, and Chandler are more than content of letting that go out for a goal kick. Goal kick sent through is going to fall to Sandstad, but they're going to call a foul on Sandstad. It's going to go Perry's way. Oh, excuse me. It is going to go Perry's way. Free kick for the Pumas, foul on Chandler. So Richie's going to play it from midfield, exactly midfield, right on the center circle. Kind of more on the near side. Won initially by Chandler, and Chandler are able to clear. Cameron Fisher trying to jostle for possession. It's won by the Wolves, however. Now here comes Chandler down the far side. That's Corral. Corral trying to body Sandstad. It's off of Sandstad. It's going to be a Chandler throw in an attacking situation. One of the few times Chandler has had the ball in there, attacking third so far in this game, in this half as well. Not out of play, actually. I thought they were going to call it out of play. They're calling a free kick on Sandstad. A foul on her. All the same, however, it still is Chandler's ball. The ball off of a Chandler player. It's going to be a goal kick for the Pumas. And Richie will take it for Amon. A lot of seniors playing win or lose their last game here at John Wren Stadium. It feels like no less than 9 players on the Perry starting 11 are seniors. They've been playing with each other for a long time. A lot of them, this is their 3rd year on the varsity team. Ishiro can't control, is going to go out for a throw. They've been in the varsity program about the same time Coach Roberts has. That's going to go out for another Chandler throw. Now here come the Wolves. Swing and a miss by Richie on the clearance, and it goes straight to Cameron Fisher. Fisher with a right-footed ball. In some space, here's Chandler. Can they get a shot on it? Goes off of Annie Walter. Little danger zone there for the Pumas, and it's going to be a Chandler corner. Chandler's second corner of the game. They had one in the early stages of the first half now. They're going to play short. Swing and a miss on the left-footed shot. It's going to fall back to the Wolves. Is she onside? She is. On the byline, she's going to get a ball into the area, and it's cleared. Referee called an offensive foul. Amon took the free kick quick. And they're going to play to Remy Deutsch. Nothing doing there. Ball a little over the top. It's going to be won by Chandler. Yushiro clears, takes out Corral in the process, but it's going to be Chandler's ball. Remy Deutsch gets the ball right back for Perry. Can't get past the defender, though. Van Dyne plays it up forward for Gilbert. Gilbert, the ball is spinning. Gets a touch on it. Has some space to make a move. Just can't. Now falls for Lujan. Lujan turns it around. Has time. Gives it to Deutsch. Inside now to Reed. Michaela Reed taking it to the byline. Now to Yushiro. Yushiro's going to swing in with her left foot. Might go in, and it's in! The Lady Yushiro, her last time playing on this field, with the long shot with her left foot. It goes in. The Pumas go up 1-0. What a shot from the Lady Yushiro. That is the definition of a senior moment, a moment she will never forget, and she put the Pumas up 1-0. As you see here on the replay, it's very simple. She just chips the keeper. Keeper kind of cut off her line, comes forward to get it, and perfectly placed right in the back of the net. 1-0 Perry, 27-20 left to go in the game. The Pumas finally find themselves up on top of Chandler. Nat Duffy's going to come in for Remy Deutsch. And that's just one of the many reasons why a lot of times you just make the keeper work and see if she can get there. And on that one, she couldn't. Delaney Ushiro gives it inside to Duffy. And we have a foul call that's going to go against Chandler. That was the moment. That was the goal they needed to kind of feel safer, feel a little bit better. Now it's Chandler, who has not had a shot the entire game, who's forced to go on the offensive. Let's see if they can do it. They have about half of the second half left to go. Plenty of time. Reed now for Perry, trying to get a second. Gets a shot on. No foul called. It's loose. Gilbert could not make it to. The shot gets blocked. Chandler with very clutch defending. Escape for the time being. As you see here, Reed with her shot gets blocked. Gilbert, if she gets a clean contact, you'd think that she probably makes that too. Pumas go up 2-0. Probably the writing's on the wall, and then they can see out the rest of the game. Van Dyne for the Pumas. Throws it into the middle of the 6. It's going to be cleared. It's probably going to be a Perry corner, and it is. .25:50 left to go. Pumas played short to Van Dyne. She had two players there just over the top of both their heads. It's going to go out for a Chandler goal kick. Excuse me, right next to the flag. It's actually a throw. That works out better for the Pumas. Makes it a little bit more difficult for Chandler to clear. Pumas might win a corner out of it, and instead they'll just win a throw. Pumas win another throw straight off that one. And now finally, third time's a charm for Chandler to get the ball back off of another Perry throw. 24:50 left to go. That's all Perry's got to defend for before they see through another win and see through another trip to the semifinals. Foster checks back into the game for the Wolves. Chandler's been in this situation before, though. Last year, they were able to come from 1-0 behind and retie the game. Although it happened in the first half, however, though. So it's a little bit different, a little bit more sense of urgency this time around. Don't have as much time as they did in last year's game. Yushiro keeps it on the near side. It's going to go out for a Perry throw. She throws it over the head of Natalie Duffy. It's going to go out for another Chandler throw. Duffy intercepts the initial throw in. She skimmed off her head. Now to Lujan, gives to Sandstad for the Pumas. Annie Walters in acres of space. Sandstad tried to play her, just a little errant on the pass, and it goes out for Chandler's throw. That's a lot of the thing with, high school players and men's or women's games. The vision is there. They can see the people they need to pass to. Just the execution sometimes can be a little bit sloppy. They have a whistle. And we had an offside call against the Wolves, so it's going to be Perry's free kick. Excuse me, on the Pumas, I should say. It's going to be Chandler's free kick. The keeper is going to run up for the free kick. Number 99, Gabrielle Sr. She boots it forward. It's won initially by the Pumas. Then Chandler clear it back. Chandler running out of time here. 22 minutes left to play. Van Dyne's going to win this for the Pumas, and she's going to chip it. Reed's in pursuit. It's going to be close, but Senior's there, and she'll collect it. She'll now fire it to her player on the far side of the field. A little dummy there is unintentional, but it worked out for Chandler. Here they come. Yushiro's there to clear. Yushiro tries to slide. She's not in time. It's going to be stay in thanks to Corral. Corral keeps it in place. Swings it in with her right foot. Nobody home, though, and Perry will clear. Lujan plays up forward for Gilbert. Gilbert trying to find Reed a little behind her. She had to stop her run, but she gets it. She goes down. No foul called. Amon, watch out. Some contact there. Amon swinging with the free kick. The Chandler player wasn't happy with that. There's no foul called on either side. Referee just making sure there's no bad blood remaining between the players. It's going to be Chandler's Chandler's throw. 20 minutes left to play here in the second half. Chandler with the shot on Amon is forced to make a save. Ooh, danger zone right there. That's the first time Amon is forced into action. She's called into action, and she did well. That's why she was recruited as a sophomore and already had a commit to the University of Arizona. No foul call. There is a foul call. Excuse me. I didn't hear the whistle. It's going to be Perry's free kick. 20-10 left to play. Chandler now that they're forced to, are showing some more offensive signs of life. Richie's going to be on the free kick here for the Pumas. If the Pumas grab a second, I think that'll pretty much wrap this up. I don't see this team conceding 2 goals within 20 minutes. Richie plays for Reed. Reed doesn't quite get the header. Falls to Sandstad, but the Wolves clear. Duffy on the far side now for Perry. She's going to play Van Dyne. Van Dyne was not ready for that pass. She was telling Duffy to play it back, and now here come the Wolves. Little attack here for Chandler. They're going to play into Corral. Falls to Sandstedt now for Perry, who takes a touch. She's going to play it back to Van Dyne. Van Dyne. Sandstedt very much out of position. She plays in that back line now up on the attacking side of the field. That ball's going to stay in play. Richie might just let it roll out for a throw, and she does. 19 minutes left to go here in the second half. 1-0 to score. Perry, thanks to a Delaney Ushiro goal from outside the box. Remy Deutsch checks back into the game for Annika Sandstad. Ball booted forward. It's going to fall to Reed. Reed swinging a miss there. Here come the Wolves. Chandler trying to play inside. No one home there. A trio of Pumas meet the Chandler player and take the ball right back, but Chandler, to their credit, regain possession. Gilbert forces a player to the ground, and they're going to call a foul on Gilbert. It's going to be Chandler's free kick. Chandler is running out of time. She swings in the ball with her right foot. Amon is going to be forced to make a save. It's loose inside the 6-yard area. The Pumas are able to clear for now. 17:40 left to go. Woo! Danger moments right there. As you see the free kick being swung in. Amon diving to make a save, and the Pumas getting able to clear. See, corner for Chandler. 17:15 left to play. Going to play it into the 6-yard area. Chandler was there, and it's going to be a Perry goal kick. Chandler are making the moves offensively to force the Pumas to react. Bailey Brown checks into for the Pumas. She comes in for Joey Lujan. 16:45 left to play. Richie swings the goal kick to a Chandler player, but Van Dyne's there to corral that ball. Plays her pass off of Brown. And now it's with Chandler. Richie clears now for the Pumas. Gilbert's there. She'll chest it down and shield off 1-2 defenders. Now gives it inside to Nat Duffy. Duffy plays it kind of hard off Reed's stomach. It bounces right off her stomach and is with the Wolves. Chandler definitely, after conceding that goal, have had a much more presence offensively. Now here come the Wolves. There's a shot on. Did Amon touch it? No, she did not. It hit the side netting. $15:40 left to play. 1-0 to score for Perry. Amon boots it forward. Always wonder about that. Sometimes Richie plays the goal kick. Sometimes it's Amon. I wonder what the differentiating factors are for who to take the goal kicks are. It's going to be another goal kick. And it looks like Richie's going to take this one. 15-10 left to go in the game. 1-0. Perry on top of Chandler. Perry, the 2 seed, coming into this heavily favored, not only just to win this game, but win the state championship as well. They say one game at a time. Van Dyne has her pass off Brown. That's the second Van Dyne pass that's hit off Brown. Michaela Reed has Deutsch on the near side. If she can find her, she just can't. She tried it, but it was deflected by the Chandler player. And now Chandler going to try and counter. Amon's going to be called into action to come rescue this, and she does with these. 14:30. Amon punts it forward. Falls to Chandler. We're going to have a whistle call. It's going to go against the Wolves and Perry's free kick. Some pushing and shoving there. Players jostling for position. Emma Ritchie is going to take the free kick for the Pumas. A little stutter step. That was a move she worked on in practice. She plays it short to Annie Walter. Walter swings it in rather than Ritchie. Takes a bounce off a Chandler player. Falls to Duffy. Duffy plays Deutsch. Deutsch brings it down. Gets past one. Almost gets past another. Perry's bench rises to their feet. Who's that out on? It's going to be Perry's throw. Van Dyne is going to be the one taking the throw in for the Pumas. This will go probably into the area of the 6-yard box. Kind of loose in the area. Van Dyne is going to be the one to, I was going to say recover. She'll let it go out for another throw. So the Pumas will do this again here with 13 minutes even. Michaela Reed was in the area, and the goalkeeper senior for Chandler will collect. She thought about rolling it out. She decides she'll just boot it forward past the line. Good contact on that kick for senior. It's going to go out for a Chandler throw. Chandler have a couple subs to make, and they're going to do so right now. 12:30 and counting left to go here in this game. 1-0 Perry. Delaney Ushiro's goal is the one who put the Perry on top. Chandler took the throw, but nobody else was ready for it yet, so they're going to do it again. And here come the Wolves. pass just out in front of the feet of the Chandler player. That was Weedman. Ishiro plays it. Throws it inside. It's going to go off of a Perry play, they're going to say. It's going to be Chandler's throw. Coach Roberts hits a squat on the near side. Lizarraga now for the Wolves. Inside. Ball kind of pinballing around. It's a right-footed cross into the area. Amon catches with these. One of those things, again, where you never know what's going to happen, and maybe Amon drops it, it falls right to you, and you stick it on target, it's 1-1. Duffy with Van Dyne and a lot of space. She was looking for Deutsch, who's even more space. Gilbert wins the ball back. Remy Deutsch now for Perry. Plays it inside. It's Bailey Brown now for Perry. Her pass is deflected. Who's it out on? The ball kind of pinballing. That's what we call the pinballing for possession. Kind of hits off both players back and forth. Finally goes out for a Perry throw. Duffy plays up top for Gilbert. It's headed away by a Chandler player. Yashiro's going to intercept this pass and find Deutsch on the near side. Deutsch, who's coming into this game a little sick, feeling a little ill. Senior's going to collect. And we are under 10 minutes left to play, about 9:45. That's how long Perry's got to defend for to find another spot in the semifinals. Jackie Gilbert for Perry. Has Bailey Brown just out in front of her. Who's it out on? It's going to be a Chandler throw. Anissa Montoya and Joey Lujan check back into the game for the Pumas. Cameron Fisher on the header gets it right back, and she's going to play it forward, looking for Win. Van Dyne goes down, no foul called. Van Dyne's a little shaken up. She's slow to get up. That's a big piece of that Puma midfield. There's a shin pad on the field as well. And we're going to have a stoppage in the clock at 8:38. And Van Dyne is going to walk it off. She was short to get off the field. She's going to be forced to come off because they stopped the clock. And the referee explaining to Coach Meskill. So the Pumas momentarily are going to have to play without Van Dyne. The referee explaining because they stopped the clock that Van Dyne had to come off. So we are approaching the business end of this game. Chandler have had more opportunities than they in this half in the past 10 minutes than they've had for the rest of the game. Might be offside on the Pumas than it is. We are under 8 minutes left to play here in the first half. Excuse me, the second half, I should say. Here come the Wolves. They're going to play it for Lizarraga. I just don't think she's going to have enough time to get it before it goes out, and she doesn't, so it's going to be Perry's ball. Van Dyne is waiting for her opportunity to come back into the game, and she's got it now. She's going to come in for Remy Deutsch. Yushiro clears. Michaela Reed couldn't quite find the header. Now here come the Pumas in some space on the counter. Chandler going to be able to clear. It looks like not quite. Pumas do a good job of keeping the ball in play. Ball in the middle. Nobody home, and Chandler are able to clear and maybe start a counter if they can. The ball played for Wynn. Richie's going to get there first. And Richie's going to play for Amon, and Amon is going to let it clear it to Fisher. Fisher to Van Dyne, and Fisher gets the ball right back. Fisher misjudged the bounce. Kept it on, though. Did well to keep it on. Now here comes Reed for the Pumas. That's going to go off of Chandler for a throw-in. Brinley Jorgensen was the one that came in for Van Dyne and had the ball on the near side. That's number 30, and she's got the ball at her feet right now. The ball's cleared. Lizarraga in pursuit. We have a little slip on the far side. Chandler are getting to a point where Chandler going to have to start throwing all their people for that pass when out of play. That's going to be Perry's ball. 5:15 left to play. It's a foul on Chandler, actually, so Emma Ritchie's going to be booting this up. She's taking her sweet time to walk to the spot, put the ball down. That's one of those things in soccer, you see all the time. Ritchie's free kick falls all the way to Senior. Senior keeping her feet inside the box. Now throws it to Fisher. Cameron Fisher now plays inside. Now here's Jorgensen. Jorgensen, she gets clipped from behind. They're going to call it. We have a stoppage in the clock. And one of the players is going to get cautioned here with 4:30 left to play. It's a yellow. So with 4:30, Richie's going to be on the free kick. A lot of yellows being handed out in this game. The last time we broadcasted, we carried Perry. There was none handed. I think we've had 3 so far in this game. Richie swings it in. Might go over everybody's head. Looked like maybe off of a Chandler player. Let's see what the referee says. Yeah, it's going to be Perry throw. Anissa Montoya, who's recently checked into the game, is on the throw-in. Montoya swings it in. Jorgensen tried to get a volley on it. Looked like it hit her knee. Now Chandler have a lot of space on the counter. Reed did well to cut down Fisher before she can get too far out in front. And now Chandler forced to put together a little bit more of a passing move. That pass does not find its receiver. Goes out for a throw. Perry are 3:35 away from going to the semifinals for the second straight year. It's going to be another Perry throw. A second goal for sure ends it at this point. Walter boots it forward. And it's going to go out for a Chandler throw, but that's kind of the thing you love to see with 3 minutes left to go. Pin Chandler at their own side of the field, make him pass from there. You keep doing that, that 3 minutes is going to go up real quick. Especially when it takes 10 seconds to go and get the ball. Chandler raised the ball. Now this is an opportunity for Chandler to get people behind the ball. Throw everybody they have at Perry's defense. Van Dyne plays it forward. It's going to fall to Reed. Reed kind of spot for choice. Plays Jorgensen, the freshman. Lujan plays Jorgensen. Jorgensen kind of jostling for the ball. Can't find it. Goes down to the ground. And Chandler going to let it go out for a goal kick. Not sure if that ball went fully over the line. And, you know, in soccer, the ball's got to go 100% over the line. If one little bit is still on the line, it counts as in play. Gilbert's going to come in for Jorgensen. We are under 2 minutes left to play. Van Dyne plays to no one in particular. .90 seconds left to go. There's Lujan. Lujan has Gilbert if she can play her. She does on Gilbert's left side. This could be it. Jackie Gilbert, one-on-one, just wide. Just edges the outside of the post. .60 seconds in counting left to go. Senior plays it to the near side. Fisher's there. Gilbert gets it right back. And this is where you just kind of hold the ball and make Chandler take the ball off you to come get it. Montoya plays Reed. Reed has an opportunity. Her shot is in the back of the net. And there's the nail in the coffin. Michaela Reed puts the Pumas into the semifinals. 2-0 with under a minute left to play. With 40 seconds left to play, the Pumas go up 2-0. And the writing is on the wall. No overtime this year. They get the game finished on time. 2-0 is going to be the final. The only thing left is the celebrating. With 30 seconds left to go, the Pumas take a 2-0 lead. .20 seconds left to go. We are 10 seconds and counting now. The Pumas take care of business. And for the second straight year, the Perry Pumas find themselves playing at Campo Verde in the state semifinals. They are one game away from reaching the promised land. They only got to win one more to reach the state championship game. Goals from Delaney Usher and Michaela Reed put the Pumas on top 2-0 over Chandler, I should say. The number 2 seeded Perry Pumas are going yet again to the semifinals. Both the goals scored in the second half. Like I said, from Ushira and from Reed, the senior and a freshman get on the score sheet for the Pumas. Again, our final score, 2-0 Perry. And for the rest of the Saturday, we hope everyone at home It's a great rest of the day, great rest of their weekend. We will see you next time. Again, our score, 2-0 Perry. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.